All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson, is going into the time of Jacob's trouble. With you is Jacob, all right, Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, Seminole Indians, man. And the time of Jacob's trouble, basically that's what it means, man. A time of trouble that's going to come upon our people, man. You so-called black and brown people, all right. And see, right now, as the scriptures say concerning our people, how the Lord have planted thee. All right, let's get that verse real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. It says, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? And right, at the beginning, the Lord making us a nation, the Lord giving us his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is what? By way of the law, statutes, and commandments, the covenant, man. All right. The Lord separated us from all the nations. Okay, we were supposed to conduct ourselves in the earth as being the sons of God, man. But the scriptures say what? How art thou then, how then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? And right now, as you see the conditions of our people, all right, our people are a degenerate plant, man. A strange vine unto the Lord, man. You see these niggas, man. All right, our people are in complete degeneracy. Our women are harlots, the men, street niggas, and thugs, and the rap culture, the street culture, the black families are dysfunctional. Our people are in terrible conditions, man. All right, Jake, these niggas is basically savages. Our women are into whoredom, all right? And see, Esau is finna use the condition of our people today, all right, to justify what they're about to do to Jake, man. All right? These street niggas that's killing each other and spinning the block, Esau is finna use the condition of our people that our people are in today to justify what they're about to do. Okay, which they're going to come down with great wrath upon the people of the Lord. Now, right now, Esau is using the crisis of immigration, to get the tribes, all right, whether it be, you Haitians, which is the tribe of Levi, part of the southern kingdom, you so-called Hispanics, which is the northern kingdom, the black and brown people, man. Right now, I have some videos because now you got to understand. During this whole thing of immigration, you had Judah thinking they safe. All right, Judah, which are who? You black Americans. Judah thinking they safe, man. No, man. These devils want all the tribes, man. All you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they want all the tribes, man. All you niggas, man. All right, including you black Americans, man. All right, and see all this thing with the Esau changing the Department of Defense to the Department of War. This Esau, he gonna make war against the tribes, man. Because Esau is using Jake's face as the face of wickedness. All right? Which these niggas are wicked, man. But we finna get into it. Let's get some of these videos I got, man.
To prey on innocent people.
The question
really very, very. For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are.
All right, so Khan, man, so you see, this Edomite woman, that was put to death by this demonic Jake, and they're plastering this on the news, man. They're plastering this on the news, and they're gonna make Jake the face of evil, man. Because what these devils do, one thing these devils do is that in order for them to justify putting you to death, they have to dehumanize you. All right. They have to vilify you. So when they do put you to death, nobody cares. All right. And see, the thing is, do our people deserve this? Hell yeah. The 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our nation, the Lord is actually allowing these things, man, because the Lord is going to use the white man, to bring judgment upon the wicked of our people, But see, Esau is going to lump all you niggas in, man. The Esau want to lump everybody in, man, because his real Esau real goal is the tribes in general. Okay. All right. And see, this is why the scriptures call Esau the accuser of the brethren, man. All right, but let's get some more real quick. Let's get off this. I also have this right here from J.D. Vance, the vice president, and this for you black Americans, man. It says this big lie the Democrats told about. And see, one thing about the Democrats and Republicans, don't get caught up into that, man, because we all know that the Democrats and the Republicans, they all work for the same people. They're two sides of the same coin. It's an illusion of choice, man. When you understand all this stuff in the earth are being orchestrated by these devils, all right, it's an illusion of choice, the left and the right. All right, the Democrats are all this stuff is all orchestrated, man. Esau knows what the hell he's doing. Esau allowed these immigrants to come in here to create a crisis, to bring forth all this surveillance and control. Esau did all this on purpose, man. All right. The way you see these niggas, Esau orchestrated the niggas we know today, man. All right. These gun toting, pants sagging, weed smoke. These niggas is basically Esau's Frankenstein, man. As brothers go into, man. All right. Because one thing these devils push is that, we need to separate, from these niggas. They violent, they this and that. Right. We need to go back to our own only white towns and just black towns. And, well, there was a time like that. OK, but it was called segregation. Now, was Jake this wicked during segregation when there was just black cities? All right. And white only cities. Was Jake this wicked? Was Jake like this? No. All right. So what happened from then until now that Jake got like this, man? Because these devils will make it seem like Jake is just inherently violent. Jake is just born this way. They're all born to be thugs. No, man. Esau orchestrated this, man. Because after slavery, you had segregation. Now, was Jake wasn't this wicked. Jake wasn't doing all this, man. All right. Matter of fact, it was Esau. All right. Is the devil, man, that the Bible speaks of. Esau is the wicked, man. But see, because you had you had all, you had all these philosophies and ideologies, all these psyops and the psychological warfare that was done on our people. This how you get these niggas today, man. All right. You go into the laws that was set up, to hold Jake back, the war on drugs, all right, incarcerating, blacks by disproportionate level, feminism, okay, and women's liberation, allowing because Esau knows if you give women the power, It will destroy the family, the nuclear family, man. All right. This is why the marriage rate dropped, all right, in the black community, man. You see? And but the thing is, man, all right. And also you had Salakia, you had the rap culture, man, the drill culture. All right. We all know that these so-called rappers and these are all puppet leaders set up by Esau to persuade the youth, man. All right. These niggas get paid to rap about degeneracy so niggas could follow into degeneracy, man. Here it is. These devils are making this whole fuss about niggas, right? But see, they'll pardon niggas like NBA Youngboy and Kodak. Why would they do that? Here it is. They making fuss about niggatry, you know, but then they'll pardon niggas like NBA Youngboy and Kodak, man. Because these are idols to Jake, man. They follow after they follow after rap lyrics, man. Because these devils, they play both sides, man. They orchestrating on both sides, man. You know? All right. Esau orchestrated the creation of these niggas, man. You know? All right. Feminism, you know, women's liberation. Now the women think they're equal to men. The household is out of order. Men are being raised to be more feminine and emotional, and women are being raised to be more masculine and independent. He destroyed the family structure, man. That's why you see niggas like this today. All right. You confuse that with the drill culture, the rap, with all this music, it invoked demons, you know? And Esau set up all these niggas, man. All these puppets, these rappers, and to persuade the youth to push Jake into degeneracy, man. All right, here it is. They complain about niggatry, but then they'll uphold these rappers. They'll let them out of prison and let them go do these shows and these concerts throughout America, you know? But we're going to get into it, though, man. You know, and Esau's finna try to lump everybody in. All right, especially what? The Lord's elect, man. All right, the Lord's elect, man. He's finna try to lump in the Lord's elect. But see, the Lord is going to allow Esau to come down upon the 2/3. But the Lord is finna protect his elect, man. All right, he's going to protect his elect of the tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The Lord is going to protect the elect of his people, man. All this the accuser of the brethren, this ain't for no, you know? All right? Yeah, Esau, you know, hey, we going to get into it, man. But it says the big lie the Democrats told about violent crime is that it's systemic, and therefore no one's really responsible. If the system is to blame, which the system is part to blame, man. All right, it is part systemic, man. Because these devils know what they did, man. All right, and you know, but see, these niggas deserve, according to the scriptures, these niggas deserve to be put to death. And the Lord is going to allow Esau to put him to death, man. Because, yes, even though Jake is in degeneracy, the Lord has his hand out by way of his prophets, man. You know, the Lord has his men on the highways and byways telling Jake that they're the sons of God. Telling Jake that their true identity, all right, are the tribes of Israel. Telling Jake to depart from their degeneracy and return unto the Lord. And they don't want to, man. So, of course, the Lord is finna allow these devils to plaster Jake face on the news, make them the face of wickedness, make them the face of evil, and the Lord is gonna allow Esau to roll on Jake, man, and put them to death, man. You know? But it says it is to blame them. It says if the system is to blame, then you found a bunch of nonprofits. Then you fund a bunch of nonprofits that don't do anything besides give jobs to unqualified radicals. The reality is that the gross majority of violent crime is committed by a very small group of people, all right? And we should be throwing them in prison, man. And what very small group of people they talking about, man? All right? It's you niggas, man. It's you niggas, man. You know? All right? You niggas, man. All right? But okay? Now let's go back here. I
We
want to
have some
also get
breaking and
this video.
absolutely horrifying news. The Supreme Court has officially ruled as of today that it is okay for ICE agents to racially profile immigrants in order to detain them. Only recently did a federal judge block ICE agents' ability to racially profile immigrants because they were literally detaining immigrants who spoke Spanish or looked Latino. But today the Supreme Court decided that clearly violating both the 4th and the 14th Amendments against unlawful search and seizure as well as the Equal Protection Clause does not matter. This means that ICE agents can look at you, and if they think that you're undocumented, they can detain you. Unbelievable.
Exactly. All right. If they look at you, you speak Spanish, you know, then they could detain you. All right. Now, what about these niggas, man? All right. Because the Haitians and, you know, you got, all right. If you look, you know, these devils want the tribes, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, man. All right. They want all the tribes, man. All right. And they're going to use all these, all right, all the problem, reaction, solution. Okay. These devils create the problem. All right. Get the reaction of the people and bring a pre-planned solution, man. All right. You think this immigration and all this stuff wasn't planned so they could have this pre-planned solution, you know, of control and the militarization, you know, all this stuff it was already planned, man. You know, Jake been vilified. All right. So it could justify the force that they're going to come in and do to Jake, man. All this stuff has already been pre-planned, man. All this has already been pre-planned because we're in the times of Jacob's trouble, man. The times of Jacob's trouble where these devils are going to roll on Jacob, man, on the people of the Lord. All right. But see, only the Lord's elect, all right, are going to make it through these times and be delivered. And that's the point of this lesson, you know. So let's go back to the scriptures. Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night." All right. And Esau is the accuser of the brethren, man. All right. These accusations that they have against Jake, man. All right. Painting Jake to be the face of wickedness, the face of iniquity, the face of evil, man. All right. And so when these devils, they're not innocent. The scriptures call them the wicked. All right. All this stuff they do behind the scenes and how they're playing around with numbers and statistics. They're making Jace the face of wickedness on the media, you know. All right. And not to mention these niggas a nigga is the creation of the white man, bruh. Okay. When you go and when you go back, I believe before the 60s, before integration, all right, because integration messed Jake up. Jake was better alone in segregation, man. Integration really set Jake back. All right, when you go back to segregation, Jake had these strong economic black communities, man. Black lawyers, black businesses, hospitals, and you know. All right. Where was all the, you know, Jake wasn't the face of wickedness then. So what happened? What happened? Well, we went into it, man. All these psyops and these the drill music and the feminism, all these things aided in the destabilization of the black communities, man. Okay. But Esau want to make Jake the face of wickedness. When Esau knows all the witchcraft and the psyop, Esau knows everything he did, man. All right. Okay. But see what the thing is, though, that doesn't give Jake a free pass. Cause the Lord is finna address both the wicked of our people and this devil, man. All right. And see, the Lord's elect are gonna win. All right. So con. All right. Let's get these precepts. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. It says, For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. And these the time we're coming into, man. The time of great tribulation, man. Okay? The time of Jacob's trouble. The detention centers. the martial law troops, the implementation of the micro CHIP, man. Okay? This digital monetary system, this cashless society, you know? All right? The Esau wants to bring forth a digital totalitarian slave world, man. Okay? And he's using all these crises, you know, painting Jake as the problem and to usher these things in, man. Okay? All right? It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man, for the elect's sake. And that's who the Lord is going to deliver. Okay, when you keep on reading in this chapter, the scripture say what? Then shall they see the Son of Man, our Lord, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Then shall they send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet to gather together his elect from the four winds of heaven. Roughly paraphrasing, man. His elect, man. That's who's going to be delivered, the elect of Israel, man. So Esau could make all these accusations. He could paint Jake as the face of wickedness, man. But the elect are going to prevail and he's going to be brought down, man. All right. Yeah, he could mow down these 2/3. It's the will of the Lord anyway. As the scriptures say, you know, the O Assyrian, you know, the rod of mine anger, you know, which I shall bring against a hypocritical nation. Roughly paraphrasing, the Lord has always used our enemies to bring judgment on our nation, man. The Lord has always used, all right, the other nations to bring judgment on Jake, man. All right, there's no different, man. How the Lord is going to use this white man to bring judgment on the wicked of our people. Okay? But see, where Esau got it wrong at is where he think he could put his hands on the Lord's elect, man. All right, that's where these devils got it wrong at, man. Okay, where they think they could put their hands on the Lord's elect, man. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, Jacob's trouble, which we're fastly approaching, man. These devils finna come down with great wrath. Revelation 12, man. All right. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil shall come down having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Esau's going to come down with a great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's why they're moving fast with all these things, man. They're trying to usher in their NWO. All right? The cashless society, the digital monetary system. Because behind the scenes, you have de-dollarization. Behind the scenes, you got these devils shifting to a digital system. Okay? All right? And they want to incite all this chaos, man. All this anger, all these emotions. They want to incite both sides, man. You know, because they need chaos, man. Order out of chaos. Order op chaos, man. They need all these things, man. All right? It says, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's the he? The Lord's elect. And we're going to close it out. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And Michael, the archangel, you know, all right. And also showing you that there's going to be divine intervention in these last days, man. Because it is, man. The Lord is going to intervene to protect, all right, his elect. All right. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, man, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, which is who? The Lord's elect, the elect of Israel, man, the remnant of Israel. Let's get some more. Salaki, let's get 2nd Ezra. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 16. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. It said, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idol. And that burning wrath of a great multitude is speaking of Esau. All right. That burning wrath of a great multitude is speaking of Esau and his forces, man. You know, and Esau is inciting all this wrath. You know, but on both sides, man. All right. By the way he's doing the media and the psyops and, you know. Okay. Because Esau needs chaos. He wants chaos. All right? Man, I can't wait, till it's found out that these people are the devil, man. I can't wait for everybody to see this man for the man he is, man. The man of sin, the son of perdition, the mystery of iniquity, man. All right? It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Because what this devil is finna offer, what this devil is finna introduce, the micro C-hip, man. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot, man. It says, for there shall be in every place, all right, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And insurrection goes into uprising. Okay, a violent uprising. And if I'm not mistaken, Trump said we need to be violent like they're violent. All right. It says insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And when it says upon those that fear the Lord, all right, it's speaking of Israel. Psalm chapter 22, verse 23, it says, ye that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him and fear him, all ye the seed of Israel. You see, a great insurrection upon who? Jacob, man. Upon Israel, man. In every place and in the next cities, man. All right. And this devil talking about going to this city and that city. Now they got their eyes on Chicago. And all right. And y'all think this thing is not finna escalate, man? This thing not finna escalate. Okay. This thing is finna escalate. All right. But Khan, and that's really the point. That's really the point, man. Oh, Slakia. Let me go back to Second Esdras. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, which is just Israelites, man. But see, the Lord's elect of Israel, they're going to be kept. All right? They're going to be preserved, man. Now, we know that there's going to be martyrs, of course. All right? Those that are allotted to be faithful unto the Lord, even unto death. All right? But see, the Lord's elect, all right, are going to be preserved. Okay? It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, my elect. And they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same, man. You see that? The days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. I want to get this verse. Zechariah, man. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's the 2/3 of Israel, the wicked of Israel, man. All right. So, yeah, the Lord is going to use Esau, to bring forth judgment on our people. And you also going to have those that's going to be destroyed in the fiery destruction, man. Okay. But the third shall be left therein. That's the elect, man. The 1/3. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, all right, is my God, man. Okay? And that's really the point, all right? So Esau could paint Jake as the face of wickedness, all right? But Esau got it messed up if he think he could put his hands on the Lord's elect. And that's really the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time in this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations